What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to the Life Metal. Going to be doing yet another big edition of the mail. That's right, time for the mail. And this edition of the mail is brought to you by 3 different people. A couple of these have actually been here for a couple weeks. I just haven't had time to film a video, so I didn't wait to do a live opening on these because, well, frankly, I wanted to see what was in the boxes. But first of all, my friend Ben, he used to do DC videos. He was the biggest Status Quo fan in the world. He's just a huge collector of Status Quo. Him and I have remained friends through, I don't know, probably the last decade now, and him and I do a lot of trading back and forth. We don't like, do, you send me this for that kind of thing. No, we do a lot of 7-inch trading, I'll tell you that. But I'll just send him a pile of records. He sends me a pile of records. Also, Ben works at a record plant, and he made this for me. This is Ted Nugent's Crave Man. I love this album. As you guys probably know, I'm a huge Ted Nugent fan. This album has never been available on vinyl before, so this is a one-off pressing that is personal for my collection. It wasn't sold to me or anything else. So anyhow, I was made for my own personal CD copy, of which I have more than one. But anyhow, fantastic album from Ted Nugent. If you're into his heavier stuff, Scream Dream, that kind of thing, you probably dig this one as well. Starts off with Cluster Funky. Crave is a great song. Raw Dogs and War Hogs is a great song. There's just a lot of good stuff on here. Pussy Whipped, Wang Dang Doodle is kind of a more Chuck Berry-ish song. Earth Tones is the mellower track. If anybody wants to get mellow, Nugent got mellow on. Earth Tones is kind of a more I don't know if the right word is, but ethereal track. Anyhow, a double album in a single jacket, which he printed the jacket out for me as well, and just fantastic. Worked by a friend of mine. He also did another Nugent album for me as well, but that one, oddly enough, he did it for me, and then it ended up coming out on Record Store today. But let me show you. It's on black wax, but let me show you. There's the center labels, and all the center labels are the same. Just have the tracks on them and the picture of Nugent that's on the back cover. This album's probably from what, 1999, 2000. So it's one of my favorites from him. Is it better than his first Ted Nugent solo album or Scream Dream? I don't know, but it's good. That's all I have to say about that. All right. He also sent me a pile of 7-inch records, and like I said, we do a lot of trading back and forth on 7-inch records. So, all right, let me get into these real quick, and we'll go through them. So this is a really cool one. It's actually, I believe, from 1980, but it's all early 70s pressings of AC/DC. So we got on the A side, Baby Please Don't Go, Jailbreak, and Soul Stripper on the B side. And Soul Stripper is probably one of the better deep cuts from AC/DC, especially the Bon Scott era. I love that track, and I don't think it ever actually made a proper album, at least not in the US. It was on proper albums in Australia, but just not here. So really cool single to have in the original Atlantic WEA sleeve. So, and as I said, he's one of the biggest Status Quo fans, so he always finds Status Quo singles to send to me. This one is a double hit. They're early, like the 60s stuff. Pictures of Matchstick Men and Ice in the Sun on PYE Records. Status Quo Live. It's on the Swirly label, Vertigo Swirl. Roll Over, Lay Down, Junior's Wailing, and Gardenia Dula live. So this is their heavy 70s period when most of the metal fans from the 70s were really into them. Next two are cool. They're really old. This is an original pressing of Crosstown Traffic with Gypsy Eyes on the B-side. The cover's got some age to it. As you can see, somebody had put tape on the corners, which has since come off, but as you can see, if you look really closely, you can see that it kind of, the tape kind of changed the color of the ink a little bit. So, yeah, it's got some age to it, but it's actually in decent condition considering that one and this one obviously came from the same collection because they had the same issues. But this one here is Johnny B. Good with Little Wing on the B-side. Both these European pressings. Love Naz. So a nice copy of Nazareth from, what is it, 79, 78, somewhere in that area. May the Sunshine and Expect No Mercy, two great songs from Nazareth. This one's really, really cool. This is Budgie, I Turned to Stone, and Budgie, she used me up in the original contrast sleeve. It's weird. It doesn't have printing or anything. It's actually like embossed into the actual vinyl itself. Really going to be hard to see on especially since my lighting kind of sucks. I'm in a different part of the room than I usually am, and I don't have my little O-ring that I usually use, so the lighting kind of blows. But you get the idea. All right, this is Eric Clapton, After Midnight, in the original polyor sleeve with Easy Now on the B side. Juicy Lucy. This is Who Do You Love? Back with Walking Down the Highway, original German pressing on the Vertigo label. And I Feel Free with NSU from the mighty power trio Cream. So that's my package from Ben, Status Quo fan. I wish he would still do VC videos. He actually does do videos. He just sends them out privately to a few people from the VC that he's still friends with, including myself. So I really appreciate that. And Ben, I appreciate the package. So as you know, I have one coming to you very, very soon. I'm literally waiting for one thing to come in the mail, and then it'll be on its way. All right, next up, I did a trade with a buddy of mine, Ron Haggerty, whose channel name has changed so many times I can't remember what it is. He's literally gone to, like, I'm going to say 10 channel names in the last 10 years. I've known the guy for at least a decade. I think I was one of the first people to start watching his channel back when he was just starting to collect. He was showing CDs, and he was just starting to collect vinyl. Now he's got thousands and thousands of vinyl, and he's got a fairly popular channel. But in any case, Ron, I think it's Ron's Music Sanctuary right now. But anyhow, I'll try and remember to put a link in my description so you can get to Ron's channel. But he was looking for a copy of Blood Rock USA, this album here. I happen to have like 3 copies in my collection, this being one of them. So I had 2 copies that were super clean and played real well. So I gave him one of those super clean copies. And in exchange, he gave me a copy of Ozzy Osbourne's Ordinary Man. Now, the last couple Ozzy Osbourne albums I just haven't purchased as new releases. What I heard from them didn't do much for me, so I didn't jump on them. I mean, I don't know. Ozzy's not what he used to be, obviously. He's older now, and the music it's just poppy. It's not, I don't know, it's just not what I was hoping for. I mean, he's doing work with Post Malone on these things, and Elton John, and that kind of things. So it's okay. It's just not my thing as much as, you know, his like early stuff and the stuff he did with Sabbath back in the day. But in any case, I thought, you know, I would have given them the Blood Rock release no matter what. But he had a copy of this for trade, so I took it so I could check it out. And yeah, after spinning it once, my opinion of it really hasn't changed. It'll go in the collection, part of my Ozzy Osbourne collection, but I don't think it's a great album. I'm kind of curious, what do you guys think of this album? There's a few good songs on it. I'm not saying it's horrible. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty much, to me, it seems like Ozzy by numbers, or Ozzy going through the motions. That's kind of what I see it as. He also sent me this cool, and I love these because I have shadow boxes full of them, but this is Anacrusis, who are a thrash band. He gave me this cool little pin from them, which I've been waiting to put it in one of the boxes till I showed it on the video. And he also gave me this Ken Nardi CD, solo CD. This is Trauma. Of course, Ken Nardi was one of the main songwriters in Anacrusis, and Ron is a big Anacrusis fan, so there he is. I do have some Ken Nardi solo material, but I'm almost positive I don't have this one, so very cool. And then finally, this package came yesterday, and I started opening it. I didn't finish it because it came from, here's the box. It came from Bindrun Recordings. So I thought it was something I might have ordered, because I mean, I do get a lot of, you know, stuff in the mail, but it was not. When I opened it, I realized it was it was a gift from Marty Worm, who has his own channel as well, that I watch, you know, quite often. And I was actually a guest on his show once. And after I was a guest on his show, I sent him a bunch of CDs, you know, which I kind of forgot about, and no big deal. I mean, I send CDs and vinyl to people all the time. I love sharing music with people. But he sent me these back as kind of a repayment kind of thing, and he didn't have to do that, so I wasn't expecting anything back. Obviously, I even forgot, you know, I sent it. But so the only reason I even knew who it was is because he put this little note in here on a stiffener, and he mentioned that he's sending CDs and some vinyl. So the 3 CDs are CIA, which is Glenn Evans' solo project. Glenn Evans, of course, Nuclear Assault, and he also played on the first TT Quick EP from New York. And this is just thrash metal. It's a good album. I think I have this. I have to double check. I can't remember if I have it on vinyl or CD. If I have it on CD already, then I will be passing this on to somebody else. But as of now, I am holding on to it until I figure that out. And then he gave me 2 Christian metal albums. This is Michael Sweet. This is his first solo album. This is really poppy, Bryan Adams-ish rock music. And I mean, the lyrics are very, very much in the CCM vein, to the point of some of it being very corny. Like this is a song called J-E-S-U-S, where he chants the J-E-S-U-S. You know, it's so anyhow. I like Stryper. I've been a Stryper fan since '83, I think, is when I discovered them. And but that album is a little bit hard for me to digest. I do own it. My wife likes it, so it's one of those albums that I don't mind. So if I can put it on and the both of us can enjoy it. But if I'm going to pull Stryper out, I'm going to pull something a little heavier than that out. So, and then finally, this is one that I actually don't have. This is Iconic, which is kind of a super group. This is not a Christian metal album, but it does feature Michael Sweet playing guitar on it. He doesn't necessarily sing much on it. I think he sings background vocals, but you've got Tommy Aldridge on here and Marco Mendoza, who are 2 legends. I mean, they've played in, you know, Tommy Aldridge played with Ozzy and Pat Travers and Whitesnake, and oh my gosh, he's been in so many bands, it's ridiculous. House of Lords. And Marco Mendoza's been with Ted Nugent and Thin Lizzy, among many others. And then, of course, Michael Sweet from Stryper. He also sang in Boston, and then Nathan James, and there's one other guy whose name I'm forgetting. But anyhow, it's solid, straightforward, melodic, heavy metal, hard rock. I dig this. I didn't own it, but I have heard it, so I'm glad I own it now. Alright, and then there's a couple records in here, neither of which I had even looked at yet. Okay, so he explained in this thing that The Glorious Dead is my band, death metal. Not sure your thing, but enjoy. I do like death metal, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. I'm not saying I'm the biggest death metal fan in the world. I mean, I love all different styles of heavy metal, thrash and classic metal and doom and speed metal, and you know, it's just so many different great genres under the heavy metal umbrella. And death metal is just one that I enjoy. So yeah, I'll check it out. I don't claim to be an expert on death metal. You know, I have hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of thrash metal CDs. I probably have half that much of death metal, so that's still a lot. But you know, I don't claim to be an expert when it comes to death metal. So, Glorious Dead, and this is Into, I can't read it. First one, I'm getting a nasty glare. Into Lifeless Shrine. Into Lifeless Shrines. It's getting a nasty, nasty glare. Oh, it comes with a CD. That's cool. So I can listen to it in my car. And then as well, this is The Glorious. I am saying that right? Let me make sure I'm saying it right. The Glorious Dead, yeah. It's one of those kind of hard to read death metal logos, although it's not a pile of sticks logo like a lot of bands have these days. So there's the cover. There's the back cover, and Marty weren't pictured there actually. He's right there. This one comes with a CD as well. And I noticed that it's on a colored wax. Let's check the wax out. Looks like it's going to be like a purple-black swirl. Oh, that's really cool. That's pretty unique. I don't think I've ever seen. I've seen the vinyls with the splits like that, but I don't think I've ever seen one quite like that. It almost looks like wings. Pretty cool. The whole thing was wrapped up in a. Oh, right on. The whole thing was wrapped up in a Noise record shirt. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. I'll wear that. Looks like it's my size. Yeah, it's XL. It's what size I wear. Perfect. That's all. Now that's the end of my my video. Appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Stay strong.